This week, we're looking at a book in the Bible from the Old Testament. I'm going to give you some clues, and I want you to try and work out who is this book all about. The book is called Esther. An interesting fact, God is not mentioned in the book of Esther. The main character is a young, beautiful woman who becomes queen, and her name is Esther. Esther is very brave, and she helps to save God's people, the Jews, from being destroyed by an evil man. So, who is the book of Esther all about? That's right, the book of Esther is all about God. What? I hear you say? He isn't even mentioned in the book. Well, that's true. But all the way through the book of Esther, God is in control, and he has a plan to save his people, the Jews. And when God makes a plan, his plan always works out. God put Esther in the royal palace as the queen so that she could help the Jews and she could be part of God's plan. Esther's cousin, Mordecai, says this to her: "You might keep quiet at this time. Then someone else will help and save the Jews. But you and your father's family will all die. And who knows, you may have been chosen queen for just such a time as this." Esther could have kept quiet, but did you see what would happen? Someone else would have helped the Jews. If Esther had said no to helping God with his plan, God would have used someone else. The book of Esther is all about God because God's plan is to save the Jews, and he does. It just so happens that the person who helped him was Esther. But God could have used anyone. Esther was willing and obedient to help God. So what about us? Are we willing to be obedient and help God with his plan? Not because he needs us, but because he lets us. We can be involved with God's plans now, his rescue plan for people who don't know him. And we can be involved by telling people all about him. But sometimes we don't always make the right choice. We don't always want to help God out with his plans. And we will miss out on the joy of being part of his plan. And God's plan won't change. If we don't do it, someone else will. So we really don't want to miss out on being part of God's rescue plan. Now, over lockdown, Ted has been staying with us. It's been fun, but if you watch this little video about what happened the other day, you'll see how Ted, well, I think he misses out.
During lockdown, I was incredibly lonely, so I decided to clone myself. Ta-da! This is Mini Ted. Mini Ted, can you say donuts? Say donut. I'm going to have to make a better clone. Hey Ted! We've just got our flyers printed for our brand new church, All Nations. It's going to be so much fun. All of us are going to be out distributing them so that we can, tell others about the wonderful news of Jesus. It's going to be so much fun.
Actually, well,
come on.
The problem
You're
is,
miss out.
my first clone can't say donut properly. So I'm going to stay behind and develop my next clone. He'll be able to say it. So, no, I'm not coming.
Fair enough. Mini Ted, say donut. Can you say donut?
Yeah.
Donut. Ugh. This is impossible. Why can't you say donut? I wish I'd gone out with the team distributing flyers and telling others about Jesus. That would have been so much better. Oh, I've really missed out.
Ted missed out on telling people about Jesus. But people still heard because others went out and gave the flyers and knocked on the doors and told people. But Ted missed out on the joy of telling other people about Jesus. So let's make sure we don't miss out on the joy of telling other people about Jesus. Let's be obedient like Esther. And wherever we are, let's take the opportunity to tell people about Jesus. Don't ever forget, God is in control. They're His plans, and His plans will always happen. So let's make sure we're obedient so we can enjoy being involved in God's rescue plan.
Right, Millie Ted, we're going to go out and take these flyers to people in the neighbourhood so that we can be part of God's plan of telling others about Jesus. It's going to be so exciting.